here at the Southwest Basketball Center, but boy, the struggle for Coach Brian Bender's men has been the road this year, which has not been kind to them, only bolstering a 2-5 record on the road, including a 2-point loss to this very same Meridian Eagles basketball team back earlier in the season. The Bears are currently on a 5-game losing streak, losing to East Mississippi, Hines, Jones, and Mississippi Gulf Coast. So Coach Brian Bender would love to, of course, erase that from his book here this evening against Meridian. The Bears come in averaging 74.2 points per game. They're 41% in shooting. And, of course, the leading scorer is back. That's Michael Barber, who, of course, reappeared last week. He will play full minutes in the game here this afternoon. For Meridian and Coach James Green, they've played 14 games. They boast a 7-4 record. They sit at 7-3 in conference play, having lost their last game to Jones, a 74-54. Before that, they had been riding a 4-game winning streak, including Gulf Coast, Colin, East Central on that record. And, of course, remember that game against the Bears and Meridian up at Meridian was a 67-65 final that Coach James Green and Meridian walked away with the win on. Well, we're coming down to the very nitty-gritty left in the season. It's Meridian tonight. Coach Brian Bender's men then will make the road trip to Pearl River Thursday night. They've got a game here next week that's out of division. It's against a prep school, and then it's on to the region tournament. So they'd like to win their last two, increase their seeding in the Region 23 tournament, and who knows, possibly get a home game right here at the Southwest Basketball Center. We'll come back in 2 minutes, get you the starting lineups, and get ready for basketball action here on a Monday night inside the Southwest Basketball Center. Back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Southwest Bear Basketball on WAZA 107.7 FM. You're watching Bear Basketball on Bear TV.
I can say I've done a lot of things in my life. I've flown with the Eagles, rolled with the Cowboys, I've barreled through the barriers. One thing I can't say though is that I did it alone. People ask me what makes a legend. I always say it's about being a part of something bigger. It's never just me. It's always one for all. Whatever comes your way, do it together.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the starting lineups for this evening's game. First for visiting Meridian. And forward,
well, let's go courtside for the starting lineups now.
And forward, 6'2" sophomore from Weir, number 10, Akeem Kirkwood. At guard, 5'10" freshman from Horn Lake, number 20, Christian Terrell. At guard, 6'4" freshman from Yapora, number 24, Michaela Patterson. And at center, 6'7" freshman from St. Louis, Missouri, number 34, Brandon Ellington. The head coach for Meridian is James Green. He is assisted by Rodney Broughton.
And now the Bears starting lineup, back to Michael Gunnell for that.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for your Southwest Bears, at guard, 6'7" freshman from Macomb, number 1, Javian Moore. At guard, 6'6" sophomore from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, number 2, K.O. Carter. At guard, 6'6" sophomore from Corinth, number 4, Taylor Strickland. At guard, 6'1" sophomore from McAllen, number 10, Crayon Jackson. And at forward, 6'8" sophomore from Jackson, number 13, Michael Barber. The head coach of the Bears in his 3rd season is Brian Bender. His assistants are Vinny Thibodeau, Corey Schmidt, and Zach Barnes.
Well, there's the starting lineups to the crowd here at the Southwest Basketball Center. Again, it will be Moore, Kirkwood, Terrell, Patterson, and Wilson on the floor for Meridian. For the Bears, it's Moore, Carter, Strickland, Gadsden, and Michael Barber, who will be the starting 5 for Coach Brian Bender's Bears here in this game against Meridian. Of course, the women of Southwest, they're up at Meridian tonight. They're scheduled for a 6 o'clock tip-off in that one as well. So we'll try to keep you posted on what the women and Coach Brent Harris are up to up at Meridian tonight. Like they had said, the women and men, both of these teams here at Southwest feel like they owe Meridian a little something, and we'll see if we can't make that happen this evening here, both in Meridian and at the Southwest Basketball Center. Well, Barber going to jump it for the Bears. He's ready to go. We got to get a little modification on the rubber band. That's come off, and now we're ready to go. Ball will go in the air, and it is up and controlled by Meridian. Meridian will start with the basketball. They will bring it with Terrell. Terrell, top of the key with it. Will get it over to Patterson. Patterson gives it back to him. Throwing it around, now the 3-ball put up, and that's nothing but net good from Moore. Moore with the 3-ball makes it a 3-0 game. Bears come back, work on the offensive end. Bears with Gadsden to Strickland. Down in the corner, Strickland brings it back out to Gadsden at the top. Gadsden circles down in the hoop, gets rid of it, back to Strickland. His 3-ball put up won't fall for the Bears. Bears get the rebound. Underneath it was Carter grabbing the rebound. Now they give it back to Carter. He fires a 3 and ties it. Carter's 3-ball ties this one at 3 apiece. Tied at 3. Here we go. Meridian back on the floor on this other end with it. In the hands of Terrell. Terrell goes down in the lane, lays it off the glass. No good. Ellington's going to pick up the rebound and put that one back in. Boy, Ellington, right place, right time for that one to make it a 5-3 game. Ellington, the offensive rebound, the putback, good for Meridian. 18:46 clock running. Gadsden comes down in the corner with it. Gadsden up top gives it to Carter, and Carter shoots another 3, and that's in and good. Carter's got all 6 of the Bears' points, and the Bears go up 6-5. Back-to-back 3s on the offensive side for Cale Carter, and now Meridian going to lose the ball out of bounds for a moment. In the course of dribbling it with Patterson, he lost it out of bounds, regained it, but the basketball will belong to the Bears. Bears will go back to work on the offensive side with it. Gadsden to Carter down in the corner. Carter goes to Barber. Barber underneath. Shot put up won't go. And there's Ellington to grab the rebound for Meridian. Here comes Meridian back on the offensive end. Going quickly to the glass is Terrell. Now he backs it back out for Meridian. Brings it top of the key. And now we got a whistle and a foul called away from the action. The foul's on 13. It's on Michael Barber, who picks up his first. That's also the first for the Bears in this contest. Meridian will inbound it underneath their own goal. They'll get it out successfully. Want to go underneath to Ellington. Ellington jukes, jives, goes underneath and gets it. Ellington gets the basket, makes it a 7-6 game. 17:46 and the clock running here in the opening half. Gadsden with the basketball for the Bears. Gadsden top of the key with it. Goes to the corner and Strickland. Strickland over in front of the Meridian bench on that other end, brings it back out. 14 on the shot clock, plenty of time to play with. Goes underneath to Barber. Barber Goes to Carter. Carter out of the corner and another 3-ball. Cale Carter's got all the Bear points and his 3 3-pointers to put the Bears up 9-7. Meridian with the basketball. They come back. They want to shoot a 3-ball of their own. That one up, no good. Ellington got the rebound. Bears take that one away. They go to Barber, and Barber going to lose it, and it's out of bounds and last touched by the Eagles of Meridian. So Meridian the last to touch it, meaning the Bears will inbound it underneath their own goal with 26 seconds showing on that shot clock. Bears will ask Gatson to inbound it. He'll get it to Carter. Carter gets it to Barber. Barber, lost it on the big dribble, and Meridian going to pick that one up off the court here at the basketball center. Here comes Meridian working on the other end. Basketball with Patterson. Patterson goes to the top of the key, gives it back to Kirkwood. Kirkwood with the basketball, hands it back to Patterson. Patterson, top of the key, wanting to set something up for Meridian, goes into the lane and puts one up, and the foul called. This time it's against the Bears on the defensive side. The foul is on Gatson, who's going to pick up his first for Southwest. So Gatson picks up the foul, and 24, Patterson will go to the free throw line. Patterson's first one is up, no good. And Michael Barber going to check out for Nate Hudson, who's going to check in for the Bears. Second free throw coming for Patterson. He misses the first. Second free throw, that one up, no good either. Patterson misses them both. Gatson grabs the rebound. Here come the Bears back on the offensive end. Gatson with the basketball. Gatson gives it to Moore. Moore back up top with the basketball to Carter. Carter gives it to Hudson, who gives it right back to him. 3-ball in, good. Cale Carter with all the Bear points, and they've all been threes. 4 threes from Cale Carter, and that gives the Bears a 12-7 lead. All the offense coming from Cale Carter for the Bears. Kirkwood with the basketball. Kirkwood got rid of it. They'll go underneath and to the glass. A shot put up won't fall off the hands of Moore. Bears get this one back to Gatson. Gatson lost it, and a foul going to be called as he was regaining control of the basketball, and they'll get the foul on Jeremiah Brown. Excuse me, it's Kirkwood. I thought he said 0, but 0's not even on the floor. It was 10, Kirkwood, who committed the foul. So Gatson will bring it in front of the Bear bench. In front of the Meridian bench. He'll give it to Carter. Carter loses it. Meridian will get it back. Trying to control it is Patterson. Patterson will have to get rid of it to Kirkwood. Kirkwood sets the offensive glass. They bring it back to this side with Patterson. Now Kirkwood goes underneath, flips around, a shot put in and good. Kirkwood with his first basket of the game to make it a 12-9 game. Gatson with the basketball. He'll bring it across midcourt. Trying to take it away from Carter, but he gets it back and gives it to Strickland. Strickland with the basketball for Southwest. They'll go down underneath and going to the hoop and putting a shot up is Carter. That time it's no good. Carter was trying to really have all the Bear points that time. Couldn't get that one to fall. On the glass on the other end, Ellington. Shot put up on the one-hander, won't go. Bears pick up that rebound with Moore. Here comes Javius Moore, and he's going to lose it as he bumps into number 3, Tyrone Moore, and Meridian going to get it right back. Boy, Bears had it. Meridian takes it right back from them. 14:35 to play. 12-9 the Bear lead. That one in and good. It's a 3-ball.
3 points, 4.
It's Brown, that's Moore with the 3-ball. His second 3 makes it a 12-12 game and ties this one at 12 apiece here at the basketball center. First Bank Court on this Monday afternoon. Bears, Gatson with the basketball. Gatson will give it to Strickland. Strickland back to Gatson. Crayon touches the basketball, puts it on the floor. And he wanted to give it off to Moore, and Moore is going to pick up a foul. Who fouled him down underneath? They say number 3. That's Moore. So Moore guarding Moore. He picks up his first. That's the second against the Eagles. Bears want to make some substitutions. They will get Jenkins Bogan, and one more in. They also get checked in Mays Blake. So those are the three that check in for the Bears. Strickland and Hudson stayed on for Southwest. Strickland with the basketball. Goes over to Jenkins. Jenkins to Moore. Now give it back to Jenkins. And his shot off the glass wouldn't fall. Couldn't get it to fall that time. They'll bring it down with Meridian. Meridian with the basketball. Into the hands of Terrell. Terrell's jump shot up, no good. Trying to keep it from going out of bounds as the Bears. They will and give it to Jenkins. Jenkins underneath, flips it to Bogan, and Bogan will put that one in and good. Foley Bogan with his first basket of the night makes it a 14-12 game. That basket by Bogan, the first one that's not a Kel Carter basket for the Bears. Underneath, Meridian had it, brought it back out. Boy, ran into a triple team from the Bears, so now he'll just take the three-ball option. It's no good. Bogan picks up the rebound to Jenkins. Jenkins will bring it down for Southwest. Jenkins down in the lane, and he will travel with the basketball. Jenkins got down in the lane, almost had it stolen away, but they say he traveled with the basketball, so the Bears will keep the 2-point lead at 14-12 with 12:57 to play here in this opening half at Southwest. Basketball will belong to Meridian. Meridian will bring it down into the hands of Brown. Brown top of the key with it. Brown looking for help. Here's Patterson to bail him out. Now they'll give it to Ellington. Ellington brings it back out to Brown, who gives it to Ellington. Now back into Brown's hands. He'll go in the lane, put a shot up, it won't go. Hudson there to clear the rebound for the Bears. Hudson cleared it to Strickland. Strickland with the basketball. Strickland, the long two. That one put up, won't go. Bears get the rebound to Jenkins. Jenkins goes to Bogan. Bogan to Hudson. Hudson underneath, put up, won't go, but he got his own rebound, and that one falls. Hudson stayed with that one, got his own rebound, and got it to fall for the Bears. 16-12, the Bears lead this one. Here inside the Southwest Basketball Center on this Monday evening. 12 minutes to play. Ball in the hands of Horatio Pranker for Meridian. He will give it to Terrell. Terrell top of the key with it. Terrell looking around for some help, puts it on the floor. Hudson's guarding him, puts the three up, won't go. Rebound being fought for, and it's the Bears ball. Bears get the rebound. Here comes Jenkins. Jenkins in traffic, goes to Blake. Blake gets it off to Bogan. Bogan's three is put up, won't go. Foley Bogan had a wide open three that time, but couldn't get it to fall. Here comes Meridian back on the other end. Meridian with Patterson. Patterson goes into traffic. That one's on the floor. Who's going to pick it up? And we finally say jump ball. That one was on the floor for a while, but the officials come in with the whistle and call the jump ball, so it will belong to Southwest on the change of possession. Bears will check Strickland out of the game. Michael Barber going to check back in for Hudson. Gadsden checks back in as well for the Bears. The Bears get Gadsden and Barber back on the floor. 11:15 to play, 16-12 here in the first half. Bears have the basketball with Blake. Blake wanted to go to Barber in traffic. That one's stolen away. It's a one-on-one opportunity, and it's knocked away by the Bears and Bogan. So Bogan knocked it away. That'll give the Bears a chance to set the defense now, as Meridian will bring it in underneath their own goal. Meridian with the basketball in the hands of Pranker. Pranker gets rid of it quickly. Meridian top of the key with it into the hands of Brown. Brown into the lane, brings it back out. Three ball put up. That one will not fall for Terrell. Bears get the rebound. Here comes Michael Barber with the slam on the other end. Michael Barber with the slam on the other end makes it an 18-12 game. Meridian back on the offensive end with it with Pranker. Pranker gets rid of it quickly to Brown. Brown goes down in the lane. He's got to get rid of it now. They'll put it back into Terrell's hands. Terrell goes to Wilson. Wilson's jump ball put up, won't fall. Bears had the rebound. It's touched and out of bounds, they say, against Meridian. So Meridian the last to touch this one. The Bears will own it. 10-16 to play. Bogan going to check out for Southwest. And let's see for the Bears. They're going to check 1 and 2. That's Moore and Carter back in, as Bogan and Jenkins will go to the Bear bench. They will inbound it to Gadsden. Gadsden in traffic. Wants to go to the length of the floor to put up. And they'll call him for the offensive foul on the other end. So Gadsden gets charged with the offensive foul, trying to go coast to coast. They get him on the offensive charge. Gadsden will check out. The Bears will bring back into the game Strickland, who will sub in for him. Kirkwood with the basketball, top of the key for Meridian. Kirkwood gets rid of it to Brown. Brown down in the corner, jumper put up, won't go. Rebound being fought for. The Bears come down with it with Carter. Carter gives it to Blake. Blake on the other end, he's going to pick up a foul. Blake was fouled pretty hard as he was going to the basket that time. They charge number 20, that's Christian Terrell, with the foul. His first, the third against the Eagles. And the Bears will send to the free throw line Mays Blake. So Blake to the free throw line, first one in and good. Blake makes his first free throw. Makes it a 19-12 game. Blake will have one more due. Second free throw for Blake, in and good. So Mays Blake will make both of them from the free throw line. And Meridian will inbound it right there, walk it down the floor in front of head coach James Green. Meridian will get it down across the timeline into the hands of Brown. Brown goes to Pranker. Back out up top now with Brown. Brown wants to go to a streaking Terrell. Terrell has to get rid of it to avoid the walk. They get it back to him now. Now he lost it underneath, and it's off a Bear, and it'll stay with Meridian. Six showing on the shot clock as Meridian will inbound it. Meridian will inbound it to Terrell. Terrell with three, down to two, down to one. Did he get it off? He did, and the three counts. They got the three ball off in time. That was Brown who got the three off just in the nick of time for the Eagles. Makes it a 5-point game now at 20-15. Blake with the basketball for the Bears. Wanted to go underneath to Barber. And Barber dug down, loses the basketball out of bounds against the Bears. And now Coach Brian Bender wants to use a 30-second timeout. 20-15, Bears lead it by 5 with 8:59 to play here at the basketball center. Boy, we got some folks cheering for us on the other side over there. The Franklinton Demon basketball team is visiting with us this evening here inside the Southwest Basketball Center. They made the trip from Franklinton to watch a little basketball tonight. So we welcome the Franklinton Demons out of Franklinton, Louisiana. Their basketball team taking in the game here tonight at the Basketball Center. Basketball will belong to Meridian. They will bring it length of the floor with 8:59 to play here in the first half of this contest. Meridian with the basketball. Brings it down, puts it into the hands of Kirkwood. Kirkwood for a moment to Wilson. Wilson gets it back to Kirkwood. His jump shot put in and good. Kirkwood's jumper's good, makes it 20-17. Cuts the Bear lead to 3. Blake with the basketball. Blake will give it to Carter. Carter goes over to Barber. Barber with the basketball goes underneath, and a foul called, and it's going to be offensively against Barber. That's the fourth against the Bears, and the second time the Bears have picked up a foul offensively. Barber will check out. Nate Hudson will check back in for the Bears. 8:23 clock running here in the first half. Basketball belongs to Meridian. Kirkwood with it. He'll get it to Brown. Brown, top of the key. Wants to get rid of it to Terrell, and we have a foul called.
Foul on number 24, Nate Hudson.
It's on 24. That's Nate Hudson who's going to pick up the foul for the Bears. So that means they'll get the 20-second shot clock, and Meridian will get a chance to inbound it underneath their own goal. Coach Brian Bender wanting a little explanation from the official on that call over on the other end of the floor. Basketball's in the hands of Wilson. Thought about the three, passed on it, gives it to Brown. Brown top of the key with it. 8 minutes to play. 2017 3-point Bear lead. Wilson goes to the hoop, and a foul going to be called. Just puts his hands in the air as if he didn't do it. The official chirps back to him a little bit. The foul is on one, Javius Moore. Moore picks up his first. Number 5 is Justin Brown, who will shoot the 2-point shot. The first one is up and rolls around good. Brown gets the first. Moore pleading his case, the official talking back to him. Rare case there as he makes the second one. He makes both free throws to make it a 2019 game. Moore will check out for the Bears. Bears will get Walker Moreland to check in for him. Carter going to check out as well for Southwest, as Jenkins will check back in for him. 7:51, the clock running. Jenkins with the basketball for the Bears. Jenkins with it, top of the key. Jenkins goes back up top for Southwest. One-on-one, he wants to find Blake. Now he finds Blake. Blake with the basketball. Blake down in the lane with it. Shot put up, goes, and you should count the basket. They will count the basket. Let's see who got him underneath. The foul is on 5. That's Justin Brown who picks up his first. Blake's basket is good. He'll have a chance to make it a 3-point play from the Bear free throw line here in the first half. Free throw for Blake is up good. Blake's a perfect 3 out of 3 from the free throw line. 23-19, the Bears lead it here at the Basketball Center First Bank Court on this Monday evening. Bears back on campus today after the spring break holiday, and they go underneath, and that's traveling. Wilson took the extra step and got the whistle called against him. 7:19 to play. Bears inbound it. Bears will inbound it to Strickland. Strickland will bring it across the timeline for Southwest. Strickland goes to Jenkins. Jenkins puts it on the floor. Jenkins working in the lane. Shot put up. It won't go, but it goes. But an offensive foul going to be called against Jenkins. So Jenkins gets the offensive foul. That is the third charge the Bears have taken in this basketball game offensively against them. Everything on that end has been offensively against the Bears when they go to the hoop. Here comes Meridian down the floor. Meridian gets it across the timeline into the hands of Pranker. He's with the basketball. Hands it, goes underneath. Wants to give it off to Kelly. His shot put up won't go. Now all-out fight for the rebound and jump ball called. An all-out battle. Nate Hudson was down there underneath with Willie Wilson. Those were the two fighting for it. They will play 12 on the shot clock off the jump ball for Meridian underneath their own goal. So Meridian underneath their own goal with 6:43 remaining. And let's see, we need the towel. They say we don't need it, and we'll keep playing. Now Coach James Green and Meridian want timeout. So Coach James Green and Meridian want to use a timeout with 6:43 to play. It's a 30-second timeout. 6:43 to play. It's 10-5. Lady Bears leading up at Meridian 10-5 after one period of play there. Of course, don't forget, on the campus here at Southwest, Bear baseball been supposed to play tomorrow over at Bear Park. Boy, it's been so long since the Bear baseball team got a game in. They'll have to wait a couple of more days as the game tomorrow been moved to Thursday. They'll try to play him at the same 3 o'clock first pitch. They'll then go underneath to Ellington. He'll get the basket. They go underneath to Ellington. He gets the basket for Meridian. Blake with the basketball up top for the Bears. Blake goes to Jenkins. Jenkins will give it back to Blake, 23-21. Bears by 2 here at the Southwest Basketball Center. That one goes to Strickland. Strickland down underneath, has his shot blocked. Basketball goes to Meridian. Meridian coming back on the other end. Bears down a man now. Strickland will join the Bears on the other end. It's in the hands of Meridian, top of the key. Shot clock down to 18. They'll give it to the other side. They'll put it in the hands of Kirkwood, and Kirkwood's 3 will give Meridian back a 24-23 lead. So Meridian has taken the lead back from the Bears at 24-23 with 5:48 to play here in the first half. Strickland with the basketball, looking for some help. Over to help him is Moreland. Moreland got it back in the hands of Strickland in the lane. Strickland's one-hander put up. Will it fall? It does. Strickland gets his first basket of the game to fall, makes it a 25-24 game. Meridian comes back on the other end, answers, and a fight for the rebound and a foul called on 30. It's Wilson who gets the foul charged against him. He and Nate Hudson were in a battle for the basketball, and Hudson won the basketball and got the foul. It's not Wilson, it's Ellington who actually had the foul called against him. So Ellington picked up the foul for Meridian. 25-21, the Bears by the slimmest of margins at 1. Gadsden with the basketball for Southwest. Gadsden works it to Lamine, who checks in off the Bear bench. He will give it to Moore. Moore's 3 put up won't go for the Bears. Here comes Meridian back on the offensive end. 5:02 clock running here in the first half. Meridian with the basketball in the hands of Brown. Brown worked it to Ellington. Ellington works it back over to Kelly. Now from the side, they'll shoot the 3 ball in off the hands of Moore, and it won't go. Bears get the basketball with Strickland. Strickland goes into the lane, has his shot blocked. It's out of bounds, and
we have a
technical foul. It's on Reuben Kelly. Ball was going to belong to the Bears, but they'll call Reuben Kelly with the technical foul as the fight for the rebound was going, and Kel Carter will shoot the free throws for Southwest on the technical. First one is up, no good. Carter misses the first of his 2 technicals. Second free throw for the Bears. Carter shot, that one good. So Carter will make 1 of 2. Make it a 26-24 game. And the Bears will own it underneath their own goal, leading 26-24 after Carter makes 1 of 2 from the free throw line after the technical foul called on Meridian. Bears will ask Strickland to inbound it. He will inbound it to Lamine. Lamine will give it right back to him. Strickland will bring it out to Moore. Moore passes on the 3, wants to go underneath to Lamine. That one's partially blocked on the floor. Got it back to Meridian, and Meridian will bring it back down the floor. Ellington wants to shoot the 3 ball. That one in and good. Excuse me, that was Kirkwood with the 3. Kirkwood makes it a 27-26 game. Meridian goes back up by 1. Basketball in the hands of Gadsden. Gadsden to the hoop. His shot put up won't go. Meridian gets the rebound underneath with 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Meridian working back on the offensive end. Goes underneath. Hands it to the big man, Ellington. He got rid of it. 3 ball flies out of the corner, no good. Rebound picked up, other corner 3 ball. That time it is good. It was Brown that time with the 3 ball in the other corner as it went right to him, and it's a 30-26 Meridian lead. And the Bears want to take a timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Back in 30 seconds, Bear basketball on WAZA and Bear TV.
I can say I've done a lot of things in my life. I've flown with the Eagles, rolled with the Cowboys, I've barreled through the barriers. One thing I can't say though is that I did it alone. People ask me what makes a legend. I always say it's about being a part of something bigger. It's never just me. It's always one for all. Whatever comes your way, do it together.
Well, in Meridian, the Lady Bears are down 13-12. 6:13 to play second quarter in that one. So the Lady Bears down 1 at Meridian. The Bears here at home down 30-26 to Meridian. The clock showing 3 minutes and 44 seconds to play in the first half of this one. Bears will own the basketball. Bogan will check in coming out of the Bear timeout. Bogan will inbound it for the Bears. Coach James Green trying to get the right personnel on the floor for Meridian. He's happy now with the group he's got. We're ready to play basketball. Basketball will be given to Strickland. Strickland will work it down for Southwest. Strickland will go to Blake. They'll give it over to Moore. Carter that touched it back to Strickland. Now the Bears want to go to Blake underneath, and he'll be fouled. Bears went to Blake underneath. He picks up the foul. It's on 34. That's a second on Ellington. So Blake will go to the line. It's on the floor, but the 1+ opportunity for the Bears. So Blake will go to the free throw line where he is a perfect 3 of 3 this afternoon for Southwest. First one up, good. Make that a perfect 4 out of 4 from the free throw line now for Mays Blake. Second free throw for Blake coming. That one up, good too. Blake gonna make them both from the Bear free throw line. He's perfect. 30-28, that cuts the Meridian lead to 2. Basketball in the hands of Meridian. The Eagles have it. 3-ball put up, won't go. Rebound and an all-out fight for the rebound, and a foul called, I think, against the Bears. It is against the Bears and Kel Carter.
Southwest foul number 2, Kel Carter. His first, team 8.
So Carter gets the foul.
At the line shooting 1-1.
Drummond.
Number 10, Kirkwood.
Kirkwood will go to the free throw line now. First one for Kirkwood up, good. He'll earn the second. Kirkwood makes the first. Will earn the second free throw for Meridian. 31-28, Meridian with the lead here at First Bank Court. Second one up, no good. Got his own rebound that time and lost it as he was passing it. They lost it and the Bears pick it up. Here come the Bears with Strickland. Strickland's 3 put up, won't go. Strickland falls to the floor after his 3-ball. He gets back up. Here comes Meridian back on the offensive end. They shoot the 3-ball out of the corner. Fight for the rebound. Who's got it? It's the ball's in the air. And they will say it belongs to Southwest. The ball will belong to the Bears. Strickland will inbound it to Blake. Blake will bring it down the floor for the Bears. 2:43 clock running. Bears down 31-28. Blake with the basketball, up top with it. Blake goes to Bogan. Bogan had a clean shot to the lane, and he will take it and put it in. Boy, Bogan had a clean look at the lane and took advantage of that to put it in the basket. 31-30, the Meridian lead down to 1. 2:21 to play. Underneath shot put up, won't go. Blake comes out with it for the Bears. Here comes Blake in a hurry to Strickland. Strickland back out to Lamine. Lamine's one-hander in and good for the Bears. Malik Lamine gets his first basket, and the Bears retake the lead 32-31. 1:59 to play here at the Basketball Center in this first half. Meridian with the basketball, 1:51 to play. In the hands of Terrell. Terrell shot put up, no good. Lamine grabs the rebound for the Bears. He will give it to Blake. Blake with the basketball for Southwest. Blake draws the double team, goes to the hoop, and the foul called. It's on 3. That's Moore who picks up his second. The Bears will go to the free throw line with the person of Mays Blake, who is a perfect 5 for 5 from the Bear free throw line this afternoon. 32-31, first one good. Blake perfect from the free throw line for the Bears. Puts the Bears up 33-31. He's got one more coming. Second free throw now. That one is up, and that one rolls off no good. That's the first one. And he's missed from the free throw line this afternoon. 33-31, 1.5 to play. Bears by 2. Meridian with the basketball. In the hands of Wilson. Wilson goes across the court. Bogan going to steal that one away. Bogan will give it to Carter. Carter can't get it in, but Bogan there to slam it home. Bogan right where he needed to be to slam that one home for the Bears. 35-31, the Bear lead. 1:03 to play. Basketball in the hands of Terrell. Terrell with the basketball for Meridian. He'll give it to Brown. Brown touches it top of the key. Works down underneath, and he'll fall down and lose it to Bogan. Here comes Foley Bogan now. He lost it, and he double dribbled it. Bogan trying to maintain possession, ends up double dribbling the basketball. Now the Bears want an explanation on the technical foul. They call it on Foley Bogan, and Coach Brian Bender wanting a little explanation from the official. So the official will go over and give him explanation. The Meridian bench absolutely erupted when they called the technical foul. I'm not sure what was said over there, but he said something and the bench erupted. But as the bench erupted, Coach Brian Bender immediately called for the official after the whistle. Here's the first one. Up good. Brown makes the first one. Makes it 35-32. Here comes the second one. That one's in and good. We may have to stop play for a moment. Coach Brian Bender still visiting with the official. Now that conversation will break up. 35-33, the lead 2 for Southwest with 47.2 to play. Meridian will bring it length of the floor with 45 seconds remaining. Each team with a technical foul called against them here in the first half of this basketball game. Goes to the hoop, the one-hander in and good for Terrell. He puts it in and good, makes it 35-35. Blake will bring it down for the Bears. About a second difference between the shot clock and the game clock here at First Bank Court. Blake with the basketball. Top of the key. Down to 15 on that shot clock. It'll be under a second if the Bears take it all the way down. Down to 9, now down to 8, down to 7. Blake with the basketball. Lamine sets the pick for him. He'll lose it underneath. Meridian will come back on the other end with 1, with 2. The shot, is it good? It is good. It's Kirkwood with the 3 at the buzzer that somehow falls in. That's just one you got to give him because he just throws it up. Coach Brian Bender now asking some of the other officials. He's still wanting an explanation. Now here comes the Meridian coaches. And now that will be the end of the first half. Well, Coach Brian Bender had his say. Now Meridian going to have his say with the officials, but that conversation looked way more pleasant on the Meridian side than it did on the Bear side, and that's the end of the first half. We'll go to the locker rooms, 38-35 in favor of Meridian on the buzzer 3, and we'll run down the numbers on this one after a 2-minute break. Back in 2 minutes, you're watching Bear basketball on Bear TV, which, by the way, stay with us on Bear TV as the Red Line performs on the radio side. We're going to step aside for a 2-minute break. Well, back here at the Southwest Basketball Center, rejoining us on radio, those on TV, you got to stick around and watch the Southwest Red Line perform here on this Monday night. Those girls at the Red Line have been performing the last couple of days for us. We sure appreciate what they do to keep this crowd going here at Southwest Mississippi Community College. Let's take a look at the scoring of the first half. We'll start for the Bears. Leading scorer for the Bears is Kel Carter, who had 13 in the first half. In fact, he had the first 12 points of this basketball game for the Bears. He adds a free throw to give him 13 in the first half. Mays Blake has 8 for the Bears, 6 for Bogan, and then 2 apiece for Hudson, Lamine, Barber, and Strickland in this contest for Southwest. So, again, leading scorer for the Bears, Carter with 13, Blake with 8, Bogan with 6, and then 2 for Strickland, 2 for Barber, 2 for Lamine, and 2 for Hudson. Bear fouls, let's see, we got 2 on Gadsden and 2 on Michael Barber, 1 apiece for Moore, Carter, Jenkins, Bogan, and Hudson for the Bears in the first half of this contest. You look at the Eagles scoring, leading scorer for the Eagles, Akeem Kirkwood, who put 14 in the basket for Meridian to lead the first half scoring for them. Justin Brown with 10, and then 6 apiece for Tyrone Moore and Brandon Ellington in this basketball game. And then a basket for Christian Terrell as well. So you look at the scoring again for Meridian, 14 for Kirkwood, 10 for Brown, 6 apiece for Ellington and Moore, and a basket for Christian Terrell. Fouls for Meridian. Meridian has a couple of players with 2. Brandon Ellington with 2, Tyrone Moore with 2, and then 1 apiece for Justin Brown, Akeem Kirkwood, and Christian Terrell, along with Reuben Kelly. He has 1 foul to his credit as well here this evening for the Eagles. That's a look at your first half numbers. It's a 38-35 basketball game. We were tied at 35. The 3 at the buzzer by Kirkwood, as the buzzer was expiring from just about midway through the half-court line and the three-point line, got the 3 and gives them the 38-35 lead here at the half for the Eagles and Coach James Green. You'll remember this one, 19-16, the Eagles are beating the Lady Bears. 19-16, that's at the half, I would assume. 19-16 at the half. The Lady Bears down to the Ladies of Meridian. So each team goes to the halftime locker room down to Meridian 3 points. You'll remember these two teams in men's action played a 67-65 game up at Meridian. That Meridian picked up a 2-point win during. That's a look at your first half numbers. We'll come back, talk to you about what's coming up as far as Southwest Athletics is concerned, including some moving of baseball and softball games with Mother Nature wreaking havoc on us the next 2 days. We'll talk about that when we come back after a 2-minute break. Back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Bear Basketball on WAZA 107.7 FM. You're watching Bear Basketball from First Bank Court here on Bear TV.
I can say I've done a lot of things in my life. I've flown with the Eagles, rode with the Cowboys, I've barreled through the barriers. One thing I can't say though is that I did it alone. People ask me what makes a legend. I always say it's about being a part of something bigger. It's never just me. It's always one for all. Whatever comes your way, do it together.
Well, back here at the Southwest Basketball Center First Bank Court, here's what's coming up this week for Southwest Athletics. We were scheduled to have baseball on the campus tomorrow, but due to the threat of weather, the Bear baseball home games against Jones have been postponed and rescheduled. They will try to play those games now Thursday afternoon over at Bear Park with the first pitch of Game 1 set for 3 o'clock. So Thursday afternoon baseball here on the Southwest campus as Jones will come to town. The Southwest softball team, which was scheduled to go to Jones tomorrow, those games originally scheduled for tomorrow have been postponed until March 22nd. Those games will be over at Jones on Monday, March 22nd. The game times will be at 1 and 3 o'clock for the women. Moving on down the week, don't forget the Southwest soccer team will be scrimmaging Thursday afternoon as well. So baseball Thursday and the Southwest soccer team will be scrimmaging on Thursday as well. That's their first scrimmage as they get ready to get their 2021 soccer season rolling. Of course, as far as basketball goes, Thursday, right now on your schedule, the Bear women scheduled to play Pearl River. Understand there is some questions about that game being played here Thursday night at the Southwest Basketball Center. And, of course, Coach Brian Bender's men scheduled to make the road trip Thursday night to Pearl River to take on the Wildcats down in Poplarville. 6 o'clock tip for that one on the road. Only other Bear athletic event comes your way on Saturday when the Bear softball and baseball teams will be in action. The Bears in action at home for baseball against Holmes with a 2 o'clock first pitch. The women at Holmes with a 2 o'clock first pitch for that one as well. So tried to cover the week as best we could. No sports tomorrow or Wednesday. Basically, it's on the Southwest campus. Baseball Thursday, soccer Thursday, possibly basketball. And like I said, a big question mark on that Pearl River women's game here Thursday night. And then, of course, nothing on Friday before we get to Saturday when we have the Southwest men baseball team on campus to take on Holmes Community College. That's what's coming up as far as Southwest Bear Athletics goes on this week after spring break. We'll step aside for 2 minutes. Back in 2 minutes, we'll come back and get second half action rolling after we grab a 2-minute break. You're listening to Southwest Bear Basketball on WAZA 107.7 FM. You're watching Bear Basketball from First Bank Court on this Monday evening on Bear TV.
I can say I've done a lot of things in my life. I've flown with the Eagles, rolled with the Cowboys, I've barreled through the barriers. One thing I can't say though is that I did it alone. People ask me what makes a legend. I always say it's about being a part of something bigger. It's never just me. It's always one for all. Whatever comes your way, do it together.
You want to do it? I'll take pictures. We'll see who does better. That's what I'm saying. First Bank Court as we get ready for second half action. I asked Dr. Barnes if he wanted to swap places, and he would take over the broadcast, and I would try to take pictures with that expensive camera of his, but no dice. I think he was not really concerned about doing the broadcast, but I think he was concerned about me possibly breaking the camera, which I think he probably wouldn't be allowed to go home if he did that tonight, would he? Probably not. So, oh, boy, the things you get here at halftime at the Southwest Basketball Center. 38-35, Meridian leads it. Bears back on the floor. Looks like they're going to go with their starting five on the floor. That's Moore, Carter, Strickland, Gadsden, and Barber. I believe Meridian will come out the same way with their starting five to get the second half started. That's Moore, Kirkwood, Terrell, Patterson, and Wilson, I believe, on the floor for Meridian. I think I got all that right. Here we go, second half, 38-35. It's a three-point game in favor of Meridian. Bears will inbound it to Gadsden. Gadsden will give it to Carter. Carter, top of the key with it to Moore. Moore down in the lane, jump shot in and good. Javius Moore, his first basket of the afternoon for the Bears, makes it a one-point game. Back on the floor with it are the Eagles. They'll bring it down with Terrell. Terrell will give it to Kirkwood. Kirkwood touches the basketball for just a moment. Back to Moore. Moore has the pass knocked away. It was intended for Wilson, but in to create that disruption was Michael Barber for the Bears. And with 14 showing on the shot clock, Meridian will inbound it in front of Coach James Green. They'll get it in under to Terrell. Terrell wants to go towards the hoop. His shot put up and good. Terrell's shot is up and good, makes it 40-37. Back to a three-point game as each team has swapped baskets here in the third quarter. Gadsden to Strickland. Strickland into the lane with the basketball. His one-hander put up won't go. Rebound picked up by Meridian. Meridian with the basketball, 40-37. Down in the corner, Meridian thought about it, passed it away, lost it underneath for the Bears, and now a foul called against Meridian. The foul, I think, going against Moore is going to pick up his third. Tyrone Moore going to pick up the foul. That's 3 against him. And Moore going to check out in favor of Horatio Parker, who's going to check in. Parker going to check in for Meridian. Gadsden with the basketball for the Bears. Gadsden will bring it across the timeline for Southwest. 18:42 clock running. He'll give it to Strickland. Strickland with the basketball, top of the key with it. Strickland working. Over to Barber. Barber, one-hander, good. Barber put the one-hander and got it to fall. Bears down one now, 40-39. Basketball's in the hands of Kirkwood. Kirkwood got rid of it. 3-ball put up, won't go. Got his own rebound, did Terrell. And he will get it right back and put it in the hands, put it in his own hands. Now he gets it off. He'll go underneath to a streaking Kirkwood, and he'll get the basket. Kirkwood streaking towards the basket, got that one to fall. 17-58, Bears. That one stolen away. Meridian all by themselves on the other end. And Parker will lay that one off the glass. Parker all by himself on the other end after the steal. Makes it 44-39. Gadsden with the basketball for the Bears. Gadsden wanted to go to Barber. Barber lost it, got it back, puts a shot up, and a foul called As a 3-man hit the floor, the foul will go against Meridian. Fouls on number 10. That's Kirkwood who picks up his second. And Michael Barber will go to the free throw line for the Bears. So Barber to the free throw line for Southwest. First one up, good. Bears make it a 4-point game with that basket. 44-40. Barber from the free throw line. Second one up, that one good too. Barber makes them both. 44-41. Meridian with the basketball, 7:23 in the clock running here on a Monday night. Basketball's in the hands of Parker. Parker got rid of it, over to Kirkwood. Kirkwood puts it on the floor. He gets rid of it, back out to Terrell. Terrell with the basketball. Down in the lane, he got a seam, got himself wide open and got a basket. Got himself wide open and got the basket for his trouble. 46-41, the lead for Meridian. Bears with the basketball. They'll give it to Blake. Blake hands it over to number 1. That's Javius Moore, and Moore gets a 3. Moore's 3 will make it 44-46 and cut the lead to 2. And now we've got a foul called against the Eagles from Reuben Kelly. Excuse me, that's Patterson, not 23, it's 24 that he signaled to us. That's the third against Meridian that they have picked up here in this second half. Bears with the basketball with Strickland. Strickland dribbles in and out of traffic. Brings it back to Blake. Blake wants to shoot the 3. Up, no good. Bears get the rebound, the putback and the basket. Javius Moore, the putback and the basket. The foul called. It's on 24. Patterson, who picks up his second one. Moore ties it at 46 and a chance for the Bears to go up from the free throw line. That one up, good. Moore makes his free throw, 47-46. Bears by 1 to Meridian, as the Bears have come back to lead this one. 16-10 to play. Meridian with the basketball on their end into traffic. That one taken away by Blake. Here comes Blake and the Bears. He'll hand it off. Who's it end up with? It ends up in Javius Moore's hands. His jumper no good. He gave it to Hudson. Hudson gave it to Moore, and Moore's jumper was no good. That's how that sequence went for Southwest. 47-46, Bears keep a 1-point lead. In the hands now of 20, that's Terrell. Terrell gives it off to Parker, and Parker shoots a 3, and that one falls. We get a 10, was that Gadsden? That can't be it. I missed that. They put something in the book. I'm not sure what that was. He said 10 White, or I thought he said 10 White, but 10 White's not on the floor. We'll check on that later. Strickland gets it to Hudson. Hudson falls down. Hudson falls down. It looks like he's grabbing his ankle. Bears down a man, and now we get a timeout on the floor for Nate Hudson. So they will stop it for Nate Hudson, and the Southwest athletic trainer, Coach Keith Raybon, will come out and give Hudson, help him up and help him to the Bear bench. And we get the officials' time for that. Bears will check Michael Barber back into the basketball game, as Nate Hudson will go to the trainer's table. 49-47, the lead 2 for the Eagles. They own the basketball. They will inbound it, put it in the hands of Terrell. Terrell in traffic, got rid of it, back to Patterson. Now in the corner, Kirkwood, 3, rolled all the way around the rim and wouldn't go. Bears pick up the rebound. Here's Moore. 3-ball on the other end. That one rolls off the rim and won't go. Boy, both teams look like they were going to swap 3-pointers, and the rim just not the friend of either team right there. They'll go underneath, put it up, and good inside for Ellington. Makes it a 51-47 game. Bears on this basketball with Blake. Excuse me, that's not Blake, that's Strickland with it. Strickland gives it to Carter and a foul called. Carter got down in the lane, the foul. It's on 24, Patterson, who's going to pick up his third foul. So Patterson picks up his third, and he will exit this basketball game in favor of Justin Brown. Bears will inbound it with Blake underneath. Blake will get it to Moore. Moore gives it to Barber. Barber with the basketball. Barber got to do something with it, puts it on the floor, and a foul called.
Meridian foul, number 34, Ellington, his third, team 6. And we have a technical foul on Meridian, hit coach.
So they're going to charge the foul to 34, his third. They're also going to give a team foul to Coach James Green, who now says he wants a timeout.
Timeout, Meridian.
So Meridian will use a timeout. We got a personal foul against Ellington of Meridian, and then a team foul charged to Meridian on the technical foul. We tried to get all that straight. 51-47, the Eagles lead it, but the Bears will be going to the free throw line. Coach James Green using the timeout basically to speak to the official. He's not even over there by his team. The official that called the technical foul against him, he's meeting at half court with him. So he wanted to talk over the reason for the technical foul. The 7 would make it the 1+, but let's see what they do with the foul. It wasn't on the shot. No, the team foul makes it 7. So is he shooting 2 and then the 1+? The officials will talk that over. They will congregate and try to get that one correct. We're going to shoot the technical fouls first. And I suppose the Bears will be bringing it in. So Blake will shoot the technical fouls for the Bears. First one in and good. Bears are making their free throws tonight. Makes it 51-48. Second one good too. Blake makes both his free throws, 51-49. So the team foul came after. And they want 20 put on the shot clock, and now we're going to be playing. So the 7th team foul was the foul called on the technical. So the Bears won't shoot the 1+ this time. They'll shoot the foul shots on the next foul is what they decide to do. Strickland with the basketball. Strickland up top with it for Southwest. Goes down in the corner, gives it to Blake. Blake wants to go to Barber underneath. Barber shot, had it stolen away, got it back, put it back, won't go for the Bears. And now an all-out battle for the ball, and we're going to get a jump ball, surely, right? Yeah, jump ball. Jump ball, and it will go the way of Meridian on the change of possession. A jump ball. Yeah, I think we had just about both the entirety of the teams on the floor trying to claim hold to that basketball. 51-49, the Meridian lead. Bears can't get points on the offensive possession that time. They'll have to play defense with 13:56. And the basketball will belong to Meridian. They will inbound it, put it in Terrell's hands. He'll get it across the timeline into the hands of Kirkwood. Kirkwood gets rid of it to Wilson, and Wilson flips it back out. 3-ball put up That one won't go. Strickland, the rebound for the Bears, gives it to Blake. Blake will go to Bogan. Bogan puts a shot in and good. Bogan's a shot in and good. Will tie us at 51. We're tied again here at the Basketball Center. 51-51, 13-20 to play. Basketball belongs to Meridian. Meridian with the basketball, top of the key with Brown. Brown gets it off underneath into the hands of Kirkwood, and Kirkwood gets the basket. Bears will give it to Blake. Blake streaking towards the hoop. Shot put up, won't go, but a foul called. Fouls on 30. That's the first against Wilson in the game, and the Bears will send Zay Blake to the free throw line. Blake's first one is up and good. Boy, Blake has been almost perfect from the free throw line here this afternoon. Bears down one, 53-52 with Blake at the free throw line. Second free throw coming. That one good too. 53-53, Bears tied with Blake's free throws. Meridian with the basketball with Brown. Brown gives it to Kirkwood. Kirkwood, top of the key with it. He'll feed it back to Brown. Brown draws the double team over and gives it to Kirkwood. Kirkwood back to Terrell. Showing 10 on the shot clock. Terrell puts it on the floor. Terrell with the basketball. Jenkins guarding him. Terrell puts a shot up, won't fall. Tipped up in the air and brought down by Gadsden. And now a fight for the rebound, and they will get it back and the foul. Bears had it. Meridian stole it away, got the basket and the foul. They call it on 10 for the Bears. That's Gadsden who picks up his third. Count the basket for Kirkwood. Makes it 55-53, and Kirkwood will have the free throw to try to extend the Meridian lead out to 3. The free throw is up, no good. Bears clear it with Gadsden. Gadsden brings it down the floor for the Bears to Barber. Barber with it. Double teamed, he puts it up and he's fouled. Barber drew the double team, put it in the air and was fouled. It's Wilson, his second. Wilson, so Barber will go to the free throw line for the Bears. So Barber to the free throw line for Southwest. First one. Up good. Makes it 55-54. Bears a chance to tie it once again from the free throw line. Second one. Good too. Barber makes the free throw. 55-55, we're tied here at the Southwest Basketball Center. Basketball belongs to Meridian with 12:08 to play. Meridian with the basketball with Parker. Parker gives it to Kirkwood. Kirkwood goes underneath, puts a spin move, has his shot blocked. Bogan picked that one up to Blake. Blake had it stolen away, got it now, and boy, it's on the floor. Meridian comes back with it. Bears trying to do some fancy passing, and that cost them a 3, but it doesn't go in. Here comes now Gadsden. Gadsden tried to do some more fancy dribbling, and it's taken away by Meridian. That's 2 times down. Boy, the fancy dribbling and passing by the Bears, and now Jenkins going to block the shot. Jenkins will block the Meridian shot. They'll inbound it underneath. Barber going to check out. Lamine going to check in for him. Gadsden is out for Strickland. Bogan is out in favor of Carter. So the Bears making some substitutions in this basketball game. Long 2, put up, won't go. Bears get the rebound. Boy, the Bears blew 2 possessions, but Meridian unable to capitalize on either. Blake with the basketball. Blake gives it to Strickland. Strickland on the floor, gives it to Jenkins. Jenkins works down underneath, puts a shot in and good. Jenkins puts his shot in and good. Makes it 57-55, Bears by 2. That's Jenkins' first basket of this contest to give the Bears a 2-point lead. Basketball's in the hands of Terrell. Terrell comes back up top with it into the hands of Brown. Brown down in the lane, jumper up good. Justin Brown with his jumper in and good. Makes it 57 all. Strickland brings it down for the Bears. Strickland gets it to Lamine. Lamine gets it back out to him. Now Strickland touches it again. Now it's tipped up by Meridian and stolen away. And Meridian coming down the floor. Lamine trying to strip it away from Brown will get called for the foul. Lamine going to pick up its first for the Bears. The second against the Bears in the second half. And Moore going to shoot the free throws. First one is up good. Moore makes the first, makes it 58-57. Bears will check Jenkins out for Javius Moore, who will check back in for the Bears. Second free throw coming. That one no good. Moore clears that one for Southwest. He will give it to Strickland. Strickland will give it to Blake. Blake to Carter. Carter with the basketball, and he's going to travel. Carter tried to sneak that one away from the official as he turned his head away, but the whistle came and the walk called. Meridian with the basketball, 10-15 to play. 58-57, it's Meridian by 1 at the moment. Meridian with the basketball. Down on the floor with Brown. Brown wants to go to the hoop. Shot put up, won't go. Rebounded by Ellington, and we got a foul on the floor against the Bears. It's against Lamine. His second. That's the second against the Bears. They changed the shot clock to 15 with the foul. Now they put it back on 20. Now the officials talk it back over and put 20 back on it. Bears steal away the inbounds pass with Javius Moore, and he stepped out of bounds. Moore stole it away and then stepped out of bounds with it. Nice job by Moore to steal it away. But he stepped out of bounds with it, so it'll belong to Meridian. Coach Brian Bender wanted a foul called, but didn't get the whistle from the official on that end. Brown with the basketball now for Meridian. 9:51, the clock running, 58-57. It's the Eagles of Meridian by 1. And we get a foul call. Cale Carter gets charged with the foul. Carter charged with the foul, and Meridian will bring it in underneath their own goal. Meridian will get it to Brown. Brown will give it to Parker. Parker with the basketball back into the hands of Brown. Brown with it, and we have a whistle away from the basketball, and now Malik Lamine going to pick up his third. That was James Green. Now up talking to the official. They'll have to end their conversation as the Eagles will inbound it. They will inbound it to Brown. Brown working on that other end. Goes underneath to Patterson. Patterson brings it back out into the hands of Parker. Parker goes over to Moore. Moore with 4 on the shot clock, got rid of it to Brown. Brown shoots a 3 from downtown, and that one good. Brown's 3 as the shot clock was expiring is good. 61-57. Blake goes to the basket. Shot put up, won't go. Rebound picked up by Meridian with 9 minutes to play. Meridian goes to the corner. 3-ball put up, and that one out of the corner, good by Moore again. Makes it 64-57. Moore on the other end for the Bears. That's a 3-ball for Javius Moore to make it 60. Was that 3 or 2? He signaled with his hands in the air. I think it was a 2, but the official put his hands in the air. So now the officials talk it over. After the hands went in the air, they'll call the 3 back, make it a 2-pointer, and make it 64-59. So 64-59 with 8:52 to play, and the Bears use the timeout. Let me check that one real quick. 39-38 with 5:59 to play. Excuse me, now it's 39-39. So they're all tied in Meridian at 39 apiece with the women of Southwest and the Eagles up in Meridian tonight. Here we're 64-59 in favor of Meridian. With the full timeout call, don't forget, no baseball tomorrow. Bear baseball team and Coach Ken Jackson rained out tomorrow. They'll play those games Thursday with a 3 o'clock first pitch over at Bear Park, as Jones will be in town. They'll play the 9-inning game at 3 o'clock, the 7-inning game to follow. That on Thursday. The softball games that Jones moved to next Monday on your schedule. Meridian will own this one. They will inbound at 64-59 with 8:38 to play. Basketball will belong to the Eagles. Eagles will have it top of the key with Terrell. Terrell gives it to Parker. Parker gives it right back to him. Now down in the corner. Thinking about the 3 is Brown. Now he shoots the 3, and that's good. And boy, that's Moore with his third 3-pointer. Moore doing a little bit of showboating over there in front of that Meridian bench. But the officials have pretty much let that go all night long. Blake with the basketball, top of the key. Overshoots Michael Barber, and Meridian will grab that one with 8 minutes to play. Meridian with the basketball, 67-59. The lead with 7:53 to play. Basketball belongs to the Eagles. They put it in the hands of Terrell. Terrell brings it back to the corner to Brown. Brown back up top of the key. 3-ball in and good. And Moore with his 4-3. And once again, that makes it 70-59. And once again, Moore leaves the hand in the air to emphasize the 3-pointer. Strickland on this end for the Bears will give it to Michael Barber. Barber posted up, brings it back out for the Bears. Now into the lane, shot put in, falls for Southwest and 1. The foul against, that's 4th on Ellington, so Ellington will pick up his 4th. Barber with the basket for the Bears makes it a 70-61 game. And he will have a free throw coming. They will get Ellington with those 4 fouls out of this contest. Ellington and checks out. They will check Willie Wilson back in for Meridian. Barber's free throw's good. Barber's free throw good for the Bears to make it 70-62. Bears going to bring the full court pressure to Meridian. They will get out of it, Will Meridian. Wants to go underneath to Drummond. He'll bring it to Kirkwood, Kirkwood will bring it back out to Brown. 7 minutes to play. The lead 8 for Meridian. They will now put it into the hands of Wilson. Wilson hands it back over to Brown. Brown's 3 is good again. Brown's 3 good again to make it 73-62. Strickland with the basketball for the Bears. Strickland will give it to Barber. Barber with the basketball. Barber to the hoop. Shot put up, won't go. Strickland clears the rebound for the Bears to Moore. Moore from way downtown shoots that one. Strickland, though, there to clean it up and get the basket. Strickland there to clean that one up for the Bears and get the basket. 73-64. 6:19 to play here at the Southwest Basketball Center. It's 73-64 Meridian. Boy, Moore has caught fire for Meridian with those 3-pointers. And now foul called. Foul called on Blake, who picks up his first. That's the 6th against the Bears. The basketball will belong to Meridian. They will inbound it in front of their own bench. Meridian with the inbounds in front of their own bench. They'll put it in the hands of Terrell. Terrell top of the key with it. Terrell brings it over to Moore. Moore with the basketball, had it stripped away, got it back. He went up, went down, got away with one right there in front of the officials, but Barber takes it anyway. Barber gives it over to Moore, and Moore gets the basket for the Bears. A much-needed basket for the Bears, 73-66. 5:43 to play here at the Southwest Basketball Center First Bank Court. They'll go to the hoop. Shot put up, won't go, off the hands of Brown. Bears get the rebound to Blake. Blake to Strickland, three ball, good for the Bears. Strickland's three, good for the Bears. Makes it 73-69. And now Coach James Green with the Bear offense catching fire, decides he wants to use the timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Back in 30 seconds. Bear basketball on WAZA and Bear TV.
I can say I've done a lot of things in my life. I've flown with the Eagles, rolled with the Cowboys, I've barreled through the berries. One thing I can't say though is that I did it alone. People ask me what makes a legend. I always say it's about being a part of something bigger. It's never just me. It's always one for all. Whatever comes your way, do it together.
Well, we're back here inside the Southwest Basketball Center, 73-69, 5:16 to play. Coach James Green using the timeout. Each team will show 3 timeouts. By the way, Bears and Meridian, it's 43-42 with 3:09 to play up in Meridian. So they're running a little bit ahead of us up in Meridian in women's action. Bears down 1 there, down 73-69 here. He'll go to the hoop, bounce it around, stepped out of bounds with it, did Brown, and the Bears will own the basketball. Brown tried to reverse his course and go back underneath the hoop, and he stepped out with it. Southwest will own this one with 5:04 to play. Bears have it with Strickland. Strickland into the lane, jumper put up good. Strickland's jumper good for the Bears. Makes it 73-71. Bears down 2. Now the Bear coach, Brian Bender, trying to get his Bear fans sitting behind him in the student section into the basketball game here this afternoon. 73-71, Bears down 2 to Meridian. Meridian milking as much of that shot clock as they can. Down in the single digits, Terrell with the basketball. Terrell, top of the key, wants to work down in the lane. Shot put in and good. He worked it all the way down in the lane, and the Bears give it to Bogan on the other end, and he'll slam it home. Bogan slammed it home on the other end. Each team flopped baskets. 75-73, Bears down 2. 4:06 to play after Bogan slam. Basketball belongs to Meridian. They'll work it down underneath the hoop, and a shot put in and good by Meridian. That one was number 5 who got the basket. That was Brown, and now the Bears give it on the other inside off the front of the rim, and Brown gets it right back, goes to the hoop this time, and he's fouled. Fouls on Strickland, who picks up his first. That's the 7th against the Bears. It'll be a 1+ opportunity for Meridian. Michael Barber ready to check out of this one for, it looks like Nate Hudson, who checks back in for the Bears. Good to see Nate Hudson check back in for Southwest. Brown will shoot the 1+ opportunity for Meridian. First one is up, no good. Hudson clears the rebound. They will put it into the hands of Javius Moore and ask him to bring it down. Moore will bring it down. 77-73. Moore will give it to Blake. Blake, top of the key with it. Blake draws the double team, works to the lane. Shot put off the glass, good. Blake's basket is good, and a timeout called now by the Bears. The basket makes it 77-75. It's a 2-point lead now for the Eagles, and Coach Brian Bender will use the timeout. Let's check the women's action right quick. It's 47-43. 1:18 to play up in Meridian. 3 timeouts left for Meridian, 2 left for the Bears in this contest. Down to 1 minute to play, 47-43. The Lady Bears leading it up at Meridian in women's action. Here we got a 77-75 game. It's a 2-point lead for Coach James Green's Eagles. The Eagles finally break their huddle. Here they come to the basketball. Basketball belongs to Meridian. Bears will bring the full court pressure. They will inbound it to Terrell. Terrell, tasked with bringing it down, met by Blake. Blake, he gets around him, puts his one-hander up and good. Excuse me, so Terrell with the basket there makes it 79-75. Blake with the basketball for the Bears. Blake working beyond the three-point line, gives it to Strickland. Strickland's 3-ball off the front of the rim, won't go, but there to tip it in for the Bears is Cale Carter. Carter tips it in for the Bears. Stays a 2-point game at 79-77. 2:33 to play. Basketball's in the hands of Patterson. Patterson works it to Terrell. Terrell top of the key with it. 2:21 clock running. It's a 2-point Meridian lead. He'll go to the hoop. Bounce it out. Jumper put up, won't go. Blake gets the rebound for the Bears. Blake to Strickland. Strickland working against the double team. Got it out to Hudson. Hudson to Carter. Carter's three's good! Carter's 3 good for the Bears, and they take the 1-point lead. Bears lead it 80-79, 1:53 to play. James Green wants the timeout for the Eagles. 1:50 to play, timeout Meridian. They will take the full timeout. We'll step aside with them and catch our breath. Back in 30 seconds. Bear basketballs on WAZA and Bear TV.
I can say I've done a lot of things in my life. I've flown with the Eagles, rolled with the Cowboys, I barreled through the berries. One thing I can't say though is that I did it alone. People ask me what makes a legend. I always say it's about being a part of something bigger. It's never just me. It's always one for all. Whatever comes your way, do it together.
Well, let's see. Meridian just inbounded it over up in Meridian. Bears, Lady Bears, lead 48-44 up in Meridian. Looks like 30 seconds to play up there. Here we got 1:50 to play in this one. Tight one at Meridian, a tight one here. As Coach Brian Bender's Bears lead this one 80-79. Meridian will own the basketball coming out of the timeout used by Coach James Green. Both teams now have timeouts. 2 exactly to play with. Possession arrow sits the way of Southwest. They'll inbound it, go to the hoop, shot blocked. Brown's shot was blocked, and they'll inbound it underneath the goal. Brown's shot was blocked. They'll inbound it to Terrell. Terrell, top of the key with it, 1:39. Shot clock down to 6. He will give it over to Moore. Moore's 3 put up, no good. Strickland the rebound for the Bears, 1:26 to play. Moore with the basketball to Blake, and Blake lost it, got it back for Southwest. Got it back underneath, gives it to Strickland, and Strickland gonna be fouled. The foul called, it's on 10.
Number 10, Kirkwood, his
Kirkwood will pick up his third. The Bears will shoot a pair with Strickland. So Strickland to shoot a pair of free throws in a 1-point game. Makes the first one. Strickland's free throw makes it 81-79. He's got one more coming. Second one's up good too. Strickland makes both his free throws. 82-79, 1:17 to play in the contest. Let's see if the Bears can play defense this time down. 1:10 to play. Basketball will belong in the hands of Terrell. Terrell goes to Moore. Moore back to Terrell. They'll give it over to Brown. Brown's three ball put up, won't go. They get the rebound and the foul called on the Bears. Ah, goodness, underneath the Bears. Get the foul called against them underneath.
Southwest foul on number 2, Cale Carter. His third.
Carter picks up his third.
2 for Meridian.
And shooting 2 for Meridian will be Ellington. 48-46. Lady Bears by 2 now with 19 seconds to play. It's a 3-point lead for the Bears. Ellington will shoot a pair for Meridian. The first one up, no good. Ellington will miss the first one. And Coach James Green wants to use a timeout before Ellington shoots the second. It's a full timeout. Ellington will have one more free throw to play with. We'll keep it here. 55.5 seconds to play. It's 82-79. And we'll watch the Lady Bear game at 48-46. Bears by 2 with, it looks like 19 seconds to play up in Meridian. All right, basketball going to come down to the wire with women's action in Meridian and going to come down to the wire here against the Bears. Remember, these two teams played back on February 11th in Meridian. It was the Eagles winning a 67-65 decision over the Bears in that one. Bears lead here at home, 82-79. Coach Brian Bender's Bears come out of their huddle. Ellington will have one more free throw due. If he makes it, it's a 2-point game. A miss would keep it at 3, and a fight would ensue for the rebound. There's Ellington's second free throw. Makes that one. So Ellington will make one of 2. Makes it a 2-point game. Bears get it inbound to Carter. Carter gets it to Strickland. Bears got to get it across the timeline, and now a foul called on Moore.
Meridian foul number 3, Moore, his fourth.
It was Moore who picked up his fourth. Bears will shoot the bonus. It's the double bonus this time with Strickland. Strickland just recently made a couple of free throws for the Bears. He will have a chance to make a couple of more here. First one is up, and that one's no good. So Strickland misses the first. He will have one more free throw. Strickland misses the first. Here comes the second. That one he makes. Strickland makes one of 2. 83-80, it stays a one-possession game. And a foul called on the Bears on the other end. 44.7 to play, and the Bears commit the foul with Mays Blake on his second. It's 1+, that's 9. It's a 1+ opportunity for Brown. First one, good. Brown makes the first. We'll earn the second one. 83-81. 44.7 to play. The Bear lead cut to 2 at the free throw line. Second one's good. Brown makes both. 82-83. I got 80. Well, maybe it's 82. I can't. Who knows? 83, I think it's 82-83. Bear lead is 1. Bears flip it on the floor. They get it to Barber and the foul called. Barber going to go to the free throw line with the foul on Kirkwood, who picks up his 4th. Tied at 49 now up at Meridian. Michael Barber to the free throw line. Bears could use these. Jim went quiet for Barber. He makes the first. 84-82. Barber got one more coming to him. Second free throw. Makes that one. Barber makes both free throws. 85-82, the lead 3 for Southwest. It's in the hands of Brown. His 3 good. Brown's 3 is good. Makes it 85-85. Here come the Bears. Carter will get it, and timeout taken by Southwest. Bears, I think, only have a full timeout left. It's a full timeout because that's all the Bears have left. 18.2 seconds. We're tied 85-85 with 18.2 seconds to play. It appears that Coach Brian Bender and his Bears will have the basketball with 18.2 to play with. They'll inbound it right here in front of our table on their end of the floor with 18.2 remaining. Lady Bears are tied at 49 apiece with 10 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter at Meridian. So it's tied at Meridian and tied here at the Southwest Basketball Center. Fewer seconds left, the only difference in these. Boy, Coach Brian Bender's Bears have been the cardiac kids all year long. Let's see if they've got one more in the hopper. 85-85 with 18.2 seconds to play. The Bears will ask Kel Carter to inbound it. Coach James Green wanting to make sure he was straight on what was going on. The officials tell him what's going on, and we'll get this one underway. Bears will inbound it to Blake. Clock will start. Blake with the basketball. Blake's got to do something with it to Strickland. Strickland with the basketball down to 9 seconds. Strickland's jumper off the rim, no good. The putback's no good. And now Michael Barber's putback is no good. And the Bears just run out of opportunities. Boy, Bears had 2 or 3 opportunities, and none of the biscuits would fall in the basket on that one. And we're tied and going to overtime. And now the Bears still have a player down. They had like 3 down on the floor. After all that was said and done, the good news is everybody's back up under their own power. And we're going to go to the overtime period. 85-85. And by the way, they've gone to the overtime period in Meridian as well. 51-49 in women's action. So the women have gone to overtime at Meridian. It's 51-49 there. It's 85-85 here. So the women at Meridian in overtime. The men here at home in overtime. Well, I tell you, these two teams have played and battled here tonight on both the women's side and the men's side. Let's see who comes out with the W's. Let's hope it's the Bears winning both. The women could use that win for seeding purposes in the South. They owe Meridian. I know Coach Brian Bender's Bears, they feel like they owe Meridian as well after losing up at Meridian 67-65 back on February the 11th. So we'll play the 5-minute overtime period. Each team will get 2 timeouts to play with. So each team with a couple of timeouts to play with in this 85-85 basketball game. Boy, right there at the end, the Bears had 2 or 3 chances and nothing would fall. Now we play the overtime period. That one, the official puts in the air, and Meridian controls it. Meridian with the basketball here in the overtime period. 85-85, it's in the hands of Kirkwood. Kirkwood gets it to Brown. Going underneath, has his shot blocked. Strickland picks that one up for Southwest. Strickland gives it to Carter. Carter hands it back to Strickland for the Bears. 21, still plenty of time left on the shot clock. He'll hand it to Blake. Blake out beyond the three-point line for the Bears. Blake going towards the hoop, off the glass, that one good. Mays Blake with that one in the overtime period. And now on the other end, we get a foul called. I think it's offensively against Meridian. It is. Brown picks up his second. It's the offensive foul against Meridian, and the Bears will get the basketball back. 87-85, Bears by 2 with 4:16 to play here in the overtime period. Blake will bring it down for the Bears. Blake crosses the timeline with it for Southwest, 4:09 to play. Blake wants to go to the hoop with it. Underneath, has it taken away, then Michael Barber takes it back and the foul called. The foul is on Brown, who picks up his third. And Michael Barber will go to the free throw line for the Bears. And Michael Barber to the free throw line here in the overtime period. First one for Barber. Up and good. Makes it 88-85. Barber will have one more due. Second one for Michael Barber. That one good too. Barber makes them both. 89-85. Bear lead is 4. Meridian will have the basketball with 4 minutes to play here in the overtime period. They pick it up with Terrell. Terrell top of the key with it. He will give it to Moore. They flip it over to Brown. Brown has to get rid of it now. They go underneath, give it back to him. His three ball out of the corner is good. Brown's three out of the corner, good. Makes it 88-89. Bears with Blake into traffic. His jumper in and good. Blake in traffic got that one to fall, 91-88. 3:22 to play. Basketball belongs to Meridian once again. And once again, Brown's down in that corner. This time the Bears put hands in his face and he'll get rid of it. To Terrell. Terrell top of the key with it for Meridian. 3:06 to play here in the overtime period. Basketball belongs to Meridian. The jumper. That one put in and good by Terrell. And that makes it 91-90. And Coach James Green wants to use the 30-second timeout. So Coach James Green will use his 30-second timeout. 91-90, it's the Bears by 1 in the overtime period with 2:59 to play. Check the women right quick with 2:52 to play. It's 55-52. The Bear women in the overtime period, the Bear men in the overtime period as well.
With 2:52 remaining in overtime, Meridian, Lady Bears 55, Meridian 53.
The Bears will come out of their huddle. Coach James Green breaking his huddle. 91-90, the Bears by 1 here in this overtime period. The Bears will own the basketball. They will bring it length of the floor. Meridian will bring the full court pressure. Bears get it into Blake. Blake to Strickland. Strickland gives it to Carter. Carter to Moore. Everybody touches it back to Carter's hands out of the corner. His three ball up, no good, but Javius Moore there to clean it up. Moore right there to clean it up to make it 93-90. Bears by 3. Basketball belongs to Meridian. Meridian puts it into the hands of Brown. Brown's their three-ball guy. That one partially blocked by the Bears. Barber clears it for the Southwest. 2:20 to play. Boy, the Bears could get a basket here, make it 2 possessions. We'd all feel better. 2:15 to play. 93-90. Strickland to the hoop, gives it to Blake. Blake, basket won't go. Rebound picked up by Blake and the Bears. Blake picked the rebound up for Southwest. 14 showing on the shot clock. Bears go back underneath and they lost it. Blake had it taken away by Meridian. Meridian three-ball out the corner. That one blocked by Carter and then knocked out of bounds by Barber. So Meridian will inbound it underneath their own goal with 1:46 to play. And Strickland now goes to the Bear bench, and Coach Brian Bender will use his full timeout. Tell you what, let's step aside. 1:46 to play. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Back in 30 seconds, Bear basketball on WAZA and Bear TV.
I can say I've done a lot of things in my life. I've flown with the Eagles, rolled with the Cowboys, I've barreled through the berries. One thing I can't say, though, is that I did it alone. People ask me what makes a legend. I always say it's about being a part of something bigger. It's never just me. It's always one for all. Whatever comes your way, do it together.
Well, it appears Strickland has a cramp over there. He is with Coach Vince Thibodeau right now. They're trying to work that cramp out. With Strickland, he'll be replaced by Gatson on the floor for the Bears with 1:46 to play. Meridian will inbound it underneath their goal, down 3. They will get it inbound to Kirkwood. And he will do the fadeaway, and his shot no good. Who last touched it? They say that Meridian the last to touch it. Now they change it and say it's off the Bears. And the official had his mind changed down there underneath the goal. The official on the Meridian bench aside came in. They talked it over and he changed his mind. Meridian will inbound it. Shot blocked underneath, and now we got a foul called against the Bears. They got to come signal it to us at some point. It's on number 1. The officials had to talk it over to see who they would give the foul to. I think they just generally agreed it would go against Javius Moore. Kirkwood will go to the free throw line. Bear fans making some noise. First one good. Kirkwood makes the first. Makes it a 2-point game, 93-91. Kirkwood with the second free throw. Makes that one, makes it a 1-point game. 93-92. Gatson gives it to Moore. Moore gives it to Blake. Blake back to him. Now Gatson touches it for the Bears. Gatson gets it up top to Blake. Blake with the basketball for the Bears. They counting on him. He's got to get on the floor with it, and he does. Goes into the lane. Bounces it out to Barber. Michael Barber with the basketball. Goes to the hoop. Shot put up, won't go. And we got a foul called, and it's against the Bears on the rebound. It's on 1. So Moore picks up his third.
Going to the line to shoot. Double bonus for Meridian, number 10, Kirkwood.
And Kirkwood will go to the line. Let's hope that general consensus foul doesn't come back to hurt Javius Moore later. 93-92, the first one up, and that one rolls in good. Meridian ties it at 93 at the free throw line. One more free throw for Kirkwood. He has made 3 out of 3 here in the overtime period. Second one up for Kirkwood is good. So Kirkwood makes them both. 94-93, it's Meridian by 1. Bears get it to Moore. Moore down in the lane, one-hander put up, doesn't go for the Bears. 58 seconds to play. Meridian with the basketball. Meridian with the rebound in the hands of Terrell. 94-93, it's Meridian by 1. Meridian top of the key with it. Goes over into the hands. Long jumper put up, won't go. And that should be, oh man. They say that one stays with Meridian. Meridian came diving in over the top of a Bear defender that time. But Meridian gets the benefit of the doubt down there underneath their own goal with 39.3 to play. Meridian will inbound it. 19 showing on the shot clock. They've got it in the hands of Moore. Excuse me, that's Brown with it, top of the key. Brown with the basketball. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Goes underneath the lane. Little soft jumper put up, won't go. That one saved by the Bears. Barber's got it underneath in traffic. Dribbles out of traffic to Blake. Blake has it stolen away with 13 seconds to play, and Meridian will put the basket in, and that may have hurt Meridian. Terrell puts it in. He probably could have ran it out. Instead, he puts it in and puts the Bears down 3. Now the Bears used a timeout down 3. It was his decision to make. He decided to put it in instead of backing it up and force a Bear foul. So down 3 now, 96-93. The Bears will use their final timeout down 3 in this contest. Lady Bears down 1 with 18 seconds to play. Both games coming down to the wire.
Remaining in overtime at Meridian. Lady Bears trail Meridian 62-59.
Here we go, 96-93, the Bears down 3 with 9.6 to play. The Bears will look for a 3 to try and tie this one and play double overtime. Meridian will hope for a Bear miss and escape the Southwest Basketball Center with a 3-point lead. Bears will check Walker Moreland in. Moreland, the 3-point shooter, checks in for the Bears. Bears have to bring it length of the floor. Strickland will be tasked with bringing it in for Southwest with 9.6. Strickland will inbound it to Blake. Here comes Blake down the floor, and Blake will have it knocked away with 5.3. The Bears will have it underneath their goal with 5.3 to play. Blake will be asked to inbound it. Blake's got to get it in for the Bears with no timeouts. He gets it to Carter. Carter's 3-ball is up off the top of the rim. And with .9 to play. It goes off the top of the rim with 1.8. The Bears in traffic. Tried to get the 3-pointer, wouldn't go. And the Bears will foul immediately to 1.3 with Moreland. Moreland fouled him immediately.
Final score of the ladies game from Meridian. Meridian 64, Lady Bears 59. Also in overtime.
64-59, the Lady Bears will lose their game in overtime, 64-59. He drains the first. That makes it a 4-point game. Now the Bears have to get a 3 and a foul. He makes this one and it's pretty much over. He drains that one. Second free throw is good. Bears will be down 5. At this point, they'll inbound it to Moreland. He will fire from downtown. It's no good, and 98-93 is how this one will end. 98-93, the Bears will lose in overtime to Meridian here inside the Southwest Basketball Center tonight. As both the men and women go to overtime, the men lose 98-93 here at the Southwest Basketball Center First Bank Court. The ladies lose 64-59 at Meridian this evening in overtime as well. Let's step aside. We'll take a 2-minute break, tally these numbers up. Back in 2 minutes with the final numbers on this contest. You're watching Bear Basketball on Bear TV. You've been listening to Bear Basketball on WAZA 107.7 FM.
I can say I've done a lot of things in my life. I've flown with the Eagles, rolled with the Cowboys, I've barreled through the barriers. One thing I can't say though is that I did it alone. People ask me what makes a legend. I always say it's about being a part of something bigger. It's never just me. It's always one for all. Whatever comes your way, do it together.
Still trying to tally some numbers up here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 2, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2. Final numbers on this one, Bears will lose at 98-93 in the overtime period. You look at the numbers. Unofficially, of course, the Eagles with 3 over 20, Moore with 25, Brown with 24, and Kirkwood with 24 in this game. 14 for Terrell, 9 for Ellington, and 1 basket for Parker in this basketball game. So 25 for Moore, 24 for Brown, 24 for Kirkwood, 14 for Terrell, 9 for Ellington, and 2 for Parker in the basketball game. That's the Meridian scores. Meridian with the fouls, Ellington with 4, Kirkwood with 4, Moore with 4, Brown played with 3, Patterson played with 3, Wilson had 2, and 1 for Terrell in the basketball game. Those are the numbers for Meridian. We'll get the Bear numbers for you in just a moment. Before we get those Bear numbers to you, Coach Brian Bender joining us. 98-93 the final in this one. And Coach, it was a basketball game that honestly I thought with about 2 minutes to play, Bears were making their free throws and we had a pretty good chance at it. But we come back in the overtime period, lose 98-93 tonight.
Our guys competed they played extremely hard. Hats off to them for being on the right end of the scoreboard. But if you're not attached to outcomes, I mean, we competed like crazy. I'm never going to make an excuse or blame any other people, but there are some very difficult things that happened during that game, and if our guys compete like that all year long, like our record's a little different. They competed really hard. We got good lifts. Folly Bogan played really well tonight. Zay ran out of gas. I had like 17 guys. There's 7 guys that were cramping at the end of the game, and that's what it's about. That's what life's about. You have to empty your tank every single day, and then you got to refuel the next day, get rest, keep getting better. And they're starting to get the hang of it. We got a couple games here down the stretch, but credit to Meridian. They completed the victory. Akeem Kirkwood, number 10, had him on campus, went up to his house, drove him. He lives like 3 hours away. Drove him down to campus. And when we got to Jackson, the kid goes, "Coach, I've never been this far south." And I knew I wasn't getting that kid. But he beat us tonight, man. He competes.
Yeah,
he made his
24
free
tonight
throws.
for him.
He probably had 15 rebounds. Credit to him. They hit some really, really hard shots. Justin Brown, number 5, hit shots. The other, number 20.
Moore hit those threes in that second half. He just kind of caught fire there for a little while, too.
So it is what it is. You can't change the past. You can only influence the future by what you do moving forward. And, we did compete. I think they saw what it's about. It's tough to, be on the wrong end of this one.
And you're on the wrong end of it, but like you said, you kind of feel good about how the team did play tonight, especially with what you got coming up. You got Pearl River, and then, of course, you got the regions, or the Region 23 basketball tournament. If you want to start gelling, that's the time to start gelling, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we shortened the bench a little bit and different things. We were finally healthy, but still, continuing to be in that shape to exhaust and play hard all the time like that, and practice has to happen too. But we made some big plays. We competed. I think, what were we down? 12, 11?
You were down 12 at one point.
12. I mean, they didn't quit either. So credit to our guys. It's tough. But you just can't be attached to those outcomes. You got to just keep fighting, keep doing what you're supposed to do with the right attitude, effort, focus, and good things will happen down the stretch.
Not to dive too deep into your locker room conversation, but what'd you tell the guys after a heartbreaker like this?
Every possession counts. We talked about that. We just talked about emptying our tanks, and that's what it looks like. Like, literally what I talk about with you is pretty much what I
had a chance to win.
I have complete transparency with my team. I'm not going to go in there and, swear, cuss at my guys, or, you got to remember, too, as a coach, you got to have time, space, and opportunity before you react, and how you got to be intentional in what you say and how you say it, because if you say something that you don't mean, it's going to come back later. And I know our personnel, I know our relationships with our guys, and that stuff's important, and I have to model that way. I'm a young head coach, but you have to model the behaviors that you want them to display the rest of their lives. So if things don't go your way and you just jump down their neck, like, I mean, what are you gonna? That's not how life works. So for us, we did compete. We did compete, and it just sucks that that's six in a row, and your behaviors come before your success, and we just got to keep, pounding that rock and keep getting better.
6 in a row. You go to Pearl River, a team that you had that you have beaten already on the year.
So we're the only ones that beat them in 3 years. So they're going to come after us.
You're going to go to their house?
We're going to go to their house. The governor lifted the mandate so they could bring all their students to the game. That's probably why. No, we.
Pearl River called him, didn't they?
Yeah,
Pearl River probably called him.
So we got to beat Southwest. No. In complete honesty, like, that's a game that I envisioned in my head is like, hey, we may be playing for a championship that day, and it's disappointing that we're not. But at the same time, like, hey, it's another opportunity for us to play in a pandemic and play together and compete, and it's going to be a good game. I mean, they're going to try and beat the snot out of us, and he's going to run up the score if he gets up. But, like, we're going to compete. We're going to do what we did tonight, and we're just going to execute a little bit better. We're going to rebound a little better. We got to contest shots. That was the one thing that I didn't mention in this, is Meridian felt very comfortable at times. We just didn't get our hand up. Like, having your hands on your side is good defense when they're dribbling, but if they have in their pocket, like, shoot, I can make those shots sometimes. Like, you got to have that hand up and use our length. Now, you saw it down the stretch. Like, we really contested shots, but we needed that in the first half especially. And they banked in that 3 at the end. Like, there's some wild stuff that happened in that game, but you just got to keep being that goldfish 3-second memory and move on to the next play. And that's what we'll do tomorrow. And, tomorrow's game day, we'll try and win that day. And Wednesday's game day, we'll win that day. And then, Thursday, you actually get to compete on a calendar day.
And, of course, after Thursday, you do play the one non-contest on Tuesday before the region tournament. I know I've talked to you about this before. You said you kind of wanted to take the 12 days before the region tournament, so you'll choose not to play for that kind of 2-week period there, right?
Yeah, I'm actually going to break some news to you. You got more work to do. We're actually playing a home game on Tuesday next week. We're playing a prep school that it gives us the opportunity to play all those sophomores. Quincy Young hasn't got a lot of burn this year, and a guy like Foley that hasn't played a ton of minutes. He played more tonight. Cale Carter, Tata, Crayon Gatson. We got a lot of, guys that have been here for, 5 guys that have been here for 2 years, and then you have a few guys that transferred in. And we're going to honor those guys and send them off the right way. Last home game, we'll recognize them for what they've done off the floor, especially. We're a team that's done very well in the classroom. We have great standards and values off the floor, and that's where our program starts, is if you can do it right off the floor first, you're going to do it right on the floor. And, it hasn't been pretty all the time there either, but, we're going to honor those guys. They earned a degree. There's like 3 or 4 guys that are getting a degree. They're the first person in their family. And at the end of the day, we're judged by wins and losses as a coach, but we're teaching life lessons every day. We're teaching standards. We're teaching what it looks like to handle adversity. We're changing your lives by, giving you an education. And that's what this school is about. That's what this town's about, to make better citizens. That's our jobs as coaches and as educators. And, education is the greatest equalizer in our society. And, we're giving these guys an unfair advantage for their lives moving forward.
So you got that one on Tuesday. Then you'll take the break for the region tournament.
So we play that Tuesday, and then we'll play the following Thursday. I think that's, 9-10 days. I'm not very good at math with that, but whatever that looks like. Wanted to give us one more home game. Give us a chance. And this game, too, was a huge game for us, and I didn't want to kind of disrupt lineups and different things for this game. So we will play on Tuesday. We'll play Thursday at Pearl. We'll play here against Faith Prep, and then we'll have 8 to 10 days off, whatever that ends up being. And with this loss, we probably now have to play on the road in that first round. Don't know what that will look like. They do like a RPI. It's called Massey ratings. Massey ratings, we're like 6th or 7th in the state. However, because the North isn't as good, they still get like priority seating, and then you throw some Louisiana teams in there. And how they do it is kind of weird, but they take the bottom 10 teams, and they rank you by massing. Well, we're the top one. So we're like the 10 or 11 seed going in, which means you're going to go to 11 would play 5 NCAA tournament. 11 plays 5. So that might be going to Eunice. That might be going to, a team like East Mississippi, something like that. Maybe it's 11 plays 6. What is it?
Yeah.
11 plays 6.
Something like that.
We got to work on our math before we come back on there.
Before we do this again, we'll have it all math laid out. Well, Coach, you lose this one tonight. Like you said, you competed, but it's a heartbreaker, 98-93 on the scoreboard. Like you said, but tomorrow's game day. You win tomorrow. You win Wednesday, and then hopefully win Thursday down at Pearl River.
Yep.
Like you said, the governor's mandate's lifted, but
there's winning and there's learning, and we're continuing. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. We got to keep learning, I guess. So we're gonna keep pushing, keep moving forward, and the world did not end today. We just got to get better tomorrow.
Better tomorrow, Thursday at Pearl River, back here next Tuesday. Coach Brian Bender, thanks for your thoughts. Real quick, we'll give you the numbers on the Bears real quick. We didn't do that. It's 15 for Bart. It's, let's see, Blake is the leading scorer with 18. He and Cale Carter both with 18 in the game, 15 for Barber. 14 for Moore in the contest for the Bears, 10 for Bogan. He talked about him having a nice game tonight. Then a basket apiece for Nate Hudson, for Malik Lamine, for Jenkins, and also, 12 in the game, by the way, for, I mentioned that one. Yeah, so 14 for Moore, 18 for Carter, 12 for Strickland, 18 for Blake, 15 for Barber, 2 for Jenkins, 2 for Lamine, 10 for Bogan, and 2 for Hudson. I think I got that right. That's the final numbers on this one, 98-93. Bears lose it. Bears back in action Thursday when they make the trip down to Poplarville to take on Pearl River. The only loss on the season for Pearl River, by the way, was to this Bear team. Bear women lose, by the way, in overtime, 64-59. So both the Bear women and Bear men losing in overtime tonight, 98-93 for the men, 64-59 for the women. Thanks for joining us. Remember, no Bear baseball tomorrow. Rained out for Coach Ken Jackson's Bears. They will play Thursday with 3 o'clock first pitch. We'll get back to you as far as how the schedule will go for the rest of your week here for Southwest Bear Athletics. But we're back with you Thursday regardless. With more Southwest Bear Athletics here on the campus. Thanks for joining us on Bear TV, WAZA. Final score, final time on a Monday night, 98-93. Meridian wins it. We'll see you next time for Southwest Bear Athletics right here on Bear TV and WAZA. Have a great rest of your night, everybody.